Hard to learn. I tried.
So
it's not easy.
Let's go ahead and get a random encounter in. We haven't had one in a while, so who's gonna roll for us? I guess I'll roll.
Let Teddy Sprinkles roll. Teddy Sprinkles, roll for us. Tell us what you got.
No, I'll take care of it. Don't worry about it, Teddy.
Oh, okay. Forget you then, Teddy.
Oh, you got a 14. So,
yes. And the thing he never wants to talk about other than animals and furries is Doctor Who. Go ahead, man.
Whovian. Doctor Who is dead. Should the BBC sell the Doctor Who franchise? Okay, you're saying the series is dead, yes. Not the Doctor himself.
No.
The Doctor's been dead hundreds of thousands of times. Remember?
No. I mean, who you sell it to? That doesn't just ruin.
No. The first part is do they sell it? Then second.
I mean,
not while Kathleen Kennedy still works for Disney.
You got to remember that's
Lucasfilm. That's different. No, but Disney buys everything. Look at Marvel Studios and everything else. They would probably look into it. I'm sure Sony would love to get their hands on it and screw it up even more.
So Fox picked up Doctor Who in what 1999, 2000.
Look at our first Asian Doctor.
And they did the Doctor Who 1 hour special or 1.5. Did like a Doctor Who movie. And this is where the 8th Doctor came from. It was an American-made Doctor Who. Now
Idris Elba will make a great Doctor.
This is 7th. Yeah, it was 8th. Yeah, because the War Doctor was 8.5. Yeah, so the 8th Doctor was the U.S. Doctor, and they tried to make him half human. They did some weird shit with the Master being like a slime. So as soon as they sold or let somebody else touch it, they started destroying the lore. Now, they went and destroyed the lore themselves, so I guess that's not as big of an issue anymore. But
Doctor Who's been an animal.
I don't know what Quinn's talking about. I don't want to know. So I will say...
See, this is how he avoids it. He won't absorb the information.
I will say it would be nice to see somebody who really cared for the show and not about some agenda or statement. Somebody who actually loved Doctor Who be able to pick it up. It's not going to happen, though.
They should sell Doctor Who to Microsoft. I think that's who they should sell it to. For one reason, I think Microsoft would sit up there and give it to fans and have them make stuff for it. I don't know any other company that I think would be willing to let them make Doctor Who correctly and not want to heavily interfere. So far, I've been pretty pleased with all their acquisitions. They don't seem to be heavy-handed. If you give it to Disney, you said that's Lucasfilms, but no, she's also making Indiana Jones. Like, Disney she's got something on Disney, man. And then also they're willing to work with Rian Johnson again. They would let somebody crazy get a hold of it and continue to kill it. Look how much money they had to lose on Star Wars before they finally seem to be serious about fixing it.
I'd rather see Warner Brothers get it before Disney.
I guess
No, I wasn't advocating for Disney to acquire it. I was simply saying that Disney buys everything. If they think they can squeeze some blood out of it and make some money, they'll do it.
Well, you know what? How about this real quick? This is a fun question. What director would you trust with Doctor Who? Like, if you thought of somebody you'd want to work on. I mean, I know who I'd say, but I don't know if he likes Doctor Who. Just so far, my favorite person to take a franchise and be good with it is obviously, and I know this is going to sound, but it's Jon Favreau. It's just because he seems to be very dedicated to the fans, and even if he wasn't a big Doctor Who guy, I think he would, but here's my reasoning. I think he would bring in people that care about Doctor Who to find out what he needs to do.
I almost said Joss Whedon, but that's a sore spot right now, right?
Yeah. No, I think mine would actually be Steven Spielberg. I think he would do it justice, in my opinion.
Didn't he do a really bad remake not too far back, though? Like where he went back and did a really bad other movie?
Everybody has winners and losers. I mean, you're not going to hit 100% on all your films.
No, I mean, if it was go to
But-
Disney, I mean, James Gunn or Favreau, I'm
Yeah,
with
they're
you,
both
man.
pretty solid. You're right. Like they're James Gunn, John Favreau.
I'm sorry, I interrupted Blood Axe.
Oh yeah, go ahead, Blood.
If you wanted to have fun with it, Taika Waititi, I think would have a blast with it.
That is true. Yeah, I mean, he'd give it a go. Who else has done a really good drama recently? Like a good dramatic action movie that's not gotten weird about their stuff. I mean, actually, it's a shame, but that's about the main one. Because, like you said, I mean, if they were going to do Idris Elba, then who directed Black Panther?
I don't know. I don't remember.
So, like Black Panther, I think it was pretty well done, and I would be interested in. I would like to see Idris Elba as a doctor. I'm not saying I want a black Doctor Who just to be black. I'm saying if they do a black doctor, listen to my words. If they do a black doctor, one of my favorite, also British actors is Idris Elba, and I'm like, I think he would not be corny. He would be, even though he is a bit older now, he's got a little bit of gray. That's perfect. He's not a too young doctor, not a too old doctor. And he would bring that intimidation kind of back too. That like you think Doctor Who whoops people's like Idris Elba whoops someone's ass.
You
Other
know,
than that, I think Liam Neeson.
I know
would
we
be a
got
good
3
one.
more subjects, but if you wanted to throw a female's name in the mix, Deborah Chow would actually be an interesting choice with what she's done with Mandalorian and American Gods. I think she actually would be a someone to consider for that as well.
Heck yeah, no, that's not a bad one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there are so many good actors they could have did with this that it isn't. To me, the problem was that they made a change but with trying to do a different doctor. It's that they didn't place quality, but also they don't have any money. That's the other problem. That's why if they did get picked up by another studio, because I mean, let's be honest, BBC ain't got Idris Elba money probably at all, and they definitely ain't got. They ain't probably got Deborah Chow money. They barely got our money. Like I don't like the BBC. They'd have to pay me pretty good to be on there. I'd rather just not be an actor. So,
All right, that's long enough on Doctor Who. Let's move on to our next topic.
he hates this. Put something else good on there, man. Get him again.
So Blizzard
It's already
Blizzard and Epic Vets hope to revolutionize RPGs with new studio. Anyway, so some veterans from Blizzard and Epic have come together, created a new studio called Lightforge Games, and they are specialists, an independent studio specializing in RPGs, which always excites me. So it's why I immediately grabbed this article to talk about. Then I saw where they were doing some kind of weird social cross-platform social video games where players have the power to create worlds and tell stories.
Oh,
So,
dude, you gotta be careful how you say that, because when you said social, I was thinking something completely different. I was like, oh God, please tell me this is not some kind of. But no, okay, they meant.
well,
so-
yeah, it's
they
this
meant social in a
cross-platform social
positive
video.
sense.
Hopefully. I mean, I don't know. Now, if it's more like they're trying to make a interactive like D&D session type social, that would be interesting. If they just
I'll admit that some of the fan-made scenarios and maps and some of the few D&D games that came out that were designed like that were amazing. There are some incredibly creative people out there. Plus, it actually allows you to meet everyone's needs, because that means, like, bear with me, don't hit me, because you hate when I talk about stuff. But that means that if you are a person of certain sensitivities and interests, you'd be able to make a space for those types of games where you could be like, I don't like this in my game, or I prefer these elements to be predominant in my game.
Actually,
So it meets a lot of people's needs.
Yeah, it does say we are looking to combine elements from Minecraft or Roblox with tabletop RPGs.
Yeah. So, because I believe
okay.
everybody deserves to have their voice in their own place. I just don't believe it should come at the cost of anyone else. And if they're trying to provide that where everybody could do their own thing, that'd be great. Because honestly, me and Blood Axe, we'll be hunting for somebody doing some nice dark Ravenloft style stuff. We love fantasy horror mix, and I'm excited at the idea that somebody might go out there and recreate a non-copyright, infringing horror setting. Because to me, it's a wonderful mix. My favorite parts of Skyrim are the horror stories where you get in a place and they get in those darker themes.
Yeah.
Gothic horror fantasy is fun to play in as an actual game, especially. So I mean, that sounds cool.
Yeah, no. The more I've read it now, I'm really sort of excited about this.
Plus, they left Blizzard and Epic, so they have principles.
Oh, Bloodaxe, you're smiling over there a lot. What you got? What you got, man? You're holding something back.
Well, no, I was just I can't wait to jump in with my my cleric and go through Arborovia that is run by Jihad.
Yeah, it's got to be non-copyrighted, Reggie. Yes, that's a good one. I will play a Crusader.
Crusader, oh god, we're screwed, but we'll have fun doing it.
Oh man, I go for the aggro. You know that I've went into Ravenloft. You've seen me go to Ravenloft with I'm rubbing all the Dark Lords the wrong way and loving it because my whole goal is how long can I stay alive before the DM kills me for running around and declaring I will purify the Dark Realm. I've so far managed to get through like as many as 3 or 4 sessions.
You see my cleric and what I can do with him. So
I mean, some psycho DMs threw a pack of beholders at my first level monk, but it's freaking psycho Bloodaxe. A beholder at first level. And then when I beat up that beholder, because I'm me and I'm a monster, he then sent more beholders. He was like, all right, I'll just send in more beholders. And I was like, all right, hands up, man. I can't beat more than one beholder. I mean, I rolled a lot of criticals, and I took down one beholder, but I could not beat like a pack of I didn't even know there was such a thing as a pack of beholders till I played with Bloodaxe.
All right, and so
nobody understood what I was talking about that doesn't play D&D.
Since we're on the subject of Blizzard and Epic, let's move over to what's going on in Epic right now. We've got Epic documents reveals confirmation of paid influencer program to disrupt Steam's organic traffic coverage.
This was fascinating.
There's a long document that has come from
it leaked.
Epic. It leaked. Apparently on page 151. Creator proposal. What is it? Paid influencer marketing effort to disrupt Steam's organic traffic coverage. Why? Elevate store awareness, promote support a creator program, increase. So found it interesting. They were paying off, which we all sort of knew. But
the interesting part is like
once again mainly that they're targeting Steam.
Well, Bloodaxe pointed out too that did these people do full disclosure and state that their Epic coverage was paid, so that they were, because they're basically, if they're doing this, they're trying to say go to the Epic store, but you're supposed to. It's considered. I don't know if it's a legal thing, but I know that every content creator of any veracity will say full disclosure, I worked on this game. Full disclosure, this is a paid advertisement. Full disclosure, I was paid to review this game. I don't remember any of the streamers admitting to paid coverage, which really kind of makes you go, oh. But what's worse is that normally if this was just they were paid to push the Epic store, but it's really clear here that they were paid to try to sabotage the Steam store. Well, and why this is a big deal is one reason, because normally this is business practices. Like, I know what Zeno's going to say. He's going to devil's advocate. But here's the thing. Epic tries to play the victim. Epic always tries to play we're just trying to help the gamers. We're just trying to help the creators. We're a small company trying to, get into big business, but Apple's picking on us and Steam's picking on us. And and Fortnite's one of the biggest games in the world. They're taking huge amounts of Chinese money, like they're all like big investors for China. And then they're not the victims. They're literally, because Steam has been very polite about all this, has been a gentleman. They've sat back and said, you want to make a store? That's fine. But Epic continually, this just shows that Epic has been aggressively and offensively trying to manipulate the consumers, trying to sabotage another business. It's all just lies and bullshit with Epic all the time. And that's just the problem. And then they try to act like they're the victim. No, you're the evil corporate. You're the evil big company here, and you're effing with the American-owned companies, and I'm not blind to that. Yeah, I know my tinfoil hat popped out, but dang it, I'm not blind to it. So, I haven't said it in a while. I know I already got 2 F's in, but can I have one more? Can I have one more? If 3 is important, can I have one more?
Okay.
Fuck Epic.
All right.
Yeah. Unless we're talking Disney, Star Wars, you can have mine for the show.
Wait,
there you go. Because it's bull crap, man. They try to play this. They're full of shit.
So I mean, it's definitely them trying to throw their weight around against Steam. It is sort of weird to see them with this whole Apple battle, trying to play the small guy, the disenfranchised, I mean, they had that whole campaign where they had the emotional videos.
We're the rebels.
Yeah.
And then they're like, then propaganda. Then you catch them with the propaganda. Like, here's the propaganda folder. Posters right there. I mean,
outside of how they try to play their image, this is normal business practices. I mean, trying to pay people to get your product out there and get more eyes on your product, make your product seem more popular than maybe it necessarily is. That's advertisement. So, but, I mean, obviously Apple's pulling all these documents and pointing these things out because it's setting a precedent on who is the bully, who is the one that's actually.
Because you got to get that to Apple. Apple doesn't badmouth anybody. They stand on their own. They never badmouth Microsoft. They're just like, hey, here's our product. It's good.
Well, Apple managed to make their product iconic to the point where they don't even really pay for placement.
No, they don't have to really.
So,
but Epic's underhanded means are always practicing. Doesn't mean that they're doing anything illegal. It's a direct contradiction to the image they're trying to sell to people. They're trying to manipulate folks. And it's like, dude, why don't you just go at them straight up? You're a big company with a lot of money. You want to cut everyone's pie. At least I'd respect you. I actually like aggression in business. I don't have a problem with an aggressive business. I'm so supportive of Microsoft because Microsoft went out there and just started snatching big companies right out front of people's noses. Like, look at my reaction to them saying that the game's Starfield's not coming out on Sony. Man, that's dirty pool, but it's freaking awesome.
That's because you don't like Sony.
I mean, yeah, but I don't like Sony mainly because of their dealings with Epic. Has been the main primary. Like, I had a minor grudge over some stuff with their price of their PlayStation system. It became a real issue later on when I said, "Ooh, I don't like who you're in bed with." Like, they're getting residual hatred off of Epic is what Sony's getting. But yeah, but what were we talking about again? Epic. I got distracted on Epic again. Oh yeah, we're talking about Epic.
We're talking about Epic, so it's fine. It's fine.
I get red, man. I see red when Epic comes.
Yeah,
up.
we know. That's why I particularly add these topics. It's just to stir you up.
Move on.
All right. Last thing we have on the list is Star Wars.
Oh, I mean, you fuck back here in a little bit.
Star Wars authors claim Disney is stiffing them out of royalties and keeping them in the dark as to what they're owed. So this was sent to us by Blood Axe. For one, because he is getting somebody that is involved with this to come on the show. As you know, we've been doing several interviews. Blood Axe has been going out there and grabbing those for us. He just posted one, I think, yesterday. So be sure to check out the YouTube channel for those.
Angel Desai.
Yeah, Angel Desai. Those and all future interviews, they go up on our YouTube channel. But this one is recent that it's been coming back up to light. Like, this is I've heard about the royalty issues for a while. But now that it's in court and they're trying to make decisions on stuff, this is hitting the news again. I'm going to let Blood Axe talk about it, though, because I'm not the Star Wars guy.
Well, it's interesting. It's not just a Lucasfilm topic, but it's also a Fox Studios topic as well. Because as I looked more into it, I've been following this for a little while because I think it's both interesting but also extremely dirty. But it kind of just goes in the same vein that Q's been talking about for a year or two now, of Disney would rather lose money than you make money type scenario. And with this, they've had the mindset of we acquired the properties, but we didn't acquire the contracts. So since we didn't acquire the contracts, we don't have to pay the authors for their work, which is complete bullshit in my opinion. So I did reach out to an author who we've agreed to an interview time next week. So I should hopefully have that interview up next Saturday or Sunday, depending on how long it takes me to edit the video. The author actually has been kind of hosed twice because he wrote both for Fox and for Lucasfilm before acquisitions by Disney. So I thought he would be a really good person to talk about it. I don't know how public this is, but he did disclose to me yesterday that the situation had been settled. But while there is some things he cannot disclose, he is willing to talk around the subject as best he's able to do so, and not break any of the NDAs and things like that. So I'm looking forward to having him on the show because he's done not only Star Wars, he's also done some Aliens content and some other geek franchises that we'll probably geek out on, like we did with Angel Desai yesterday. We spoke with her for almost 2 hours, and it took me a long time to get that down to about a 1 hour video to load up on YouTube. So
it was a lot of fun talking with her.
You do what?
I said it was a lot of fun talking with her.
Oh yeah, she was a blast. Some of the stories that she was able to share regarding her experiences as an actress were phenomenal. So we were very thankful to have her on the show. But yeah, she was very, very pleasant to talk to, and having played some of the games that she's voiced over, and us watching some of the television shows that she's been in, it was really nice to be able to sit and just talk with someone. It was like a conversation, and if she didn't have things to do, we had things to do. We probably talked for an hour or two. So,
well,
anyway.
On the Star Wars thing, go ahead. Still going?
Oh no, I was going to hand it over to you, but I am really excited about next Saturday to be able to talk with Alan Foster is his name.
Yeah. So. And just for the people who are newer, just a short thing is that what he was referring to is, we've long looked at Disney, and I've always said that the oddest behavior for Disney as a large company is that, I believe I told Blood Axe just a day or two ago, I said Disney would be unwilling to make $1 million if it meant someone else made $10. Like they have an odd business thing that it isn't about. They want to make all the money, 100% of it. I've seen them frequently do practices that are so aggressive that they don't want you making money off of anything they own. Doesn't matter if they're going to make more money. It's an odd practice. They're like they don't want anyone making Mickey Mouse money. They'd rather make no Mickey Mouse money than for every $1,000 they make, Zeno gets $1. They'd rather that not happen, and they'd rather not get the $1,000. It's an amazing aggression for getting all the money, and the only benefits. It's like a famous Blood Axe story about taking one ball and go home. It's like Disney would rather take their loss and go home than anyone else make money. And this has been shown by the fact that they acquired these franchises. And let's be honest, the royalties are pennies on the dollar. The royalties for these books to the authors at this time are pennies on the dollar of what's being made. And Disney's going, we don't want to give those pennies. We'd rather pull the book off the shelf. Wasn't there some book recently that got popped up and they pulled it because they're just like, no one makes money but Disney? And you're just like, wow.
But that wasn't released under their library. I think that was someone that leaked it out. There's a whole Doomcock video on it, which is really fascinating. So if you want to get the details on this book that was up for a day or two and is now going for $500 on eBay, go check out Doomcock's video. I think it was this week or last week. So it's a recent video, but it was really interesting because it was basically a book about Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Princess Leia that had been written back in the 90s but never got published, and someone leaked it out, got it published on Amazon. And so it outsold the High Republic by like tenfold.
Well, I mean, when you look at they've already got theories that the whole reason that they did the 3 movies and they allowed Ryan and Kathleen to destroy the old legacy is so that they were trying to kill it so that only the new characters were in the fan base, so that they did not have to give any money to those people either. Like, that's how bad they don't want to share this money. They're willing to try to kill the original movies and all those characters and replace them, try to kill them in your mind, like remove them from the entire history and social like presence they have to replace with theirs, because they might have to send Mark Hamill $1. Like, that's how bad. Like, they don't want anyone to make any money. And it's been a massive failure. It's like, you could do this with new franchises. You can't take an old franchise and then try to destroy that franchise and rebuild it just because you don't want to share the dollar. Dude, just make the money. Just make the money. Why can't you just make the money? They're like, but other people are making money. Not as much as you. They're like, but we don't want anyone to make money. And this is like, okay, that's their stance, man.
All right.
It's a weird business practice, and it ain't been doing well. They're not looking good.
I think we're gonna wrap it up there. The last half, I think, of the show was just pure hate.
Hey man, Dark Alliance is gonna be fun, and Starfield looks good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching. As ever, we hope you enjoy. Yeah, there's other stuff I'm supposed to say, isn't there? Yes. Be sure to check out Dicejunkies.com to find links to everywhere we can be found online. Check out YouTube. Make sure to subscribe, like, and all that good stuff. Hit that notification bell so you get notifications whenever we post a video. We've been posting some video content, interviews, and, of course, this show. So be sure to check that out. And as every week, we hope you enjoy.
All this boring shit you can edit out. Cut that shit out.